All right, let's see what's going on here in the comments. Let's see if the investors done got the notification. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let's see. Uh, uh, uh. Let's see right here. Let's go ahead and start that notification. Let's see. Okay. Let's see right here if they'll send out the notification. Come on, YouTube. We gotta go ahead. It's Thursday. We can't have no delays today, YouTube. Let's see what's going on. What's up, Justine? Hold on. Let me take it out. Hold on. How you doing, Justine? Okay, so you got the notification. Let me go ahead and send out the other. Let me see what's going on here. Justine, and guess what? If I got one, I got 10,000. Let's see what's going on. I don't want that one. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. They coming in right now. Just want to make sure it got out. How y'all doing, investors? It is Thursday. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Checking the audio. Oh, Vestas, we got something to talk about. Let me go ahead and pull up my line up. Vestas, oh, you know something has happened nasty in the last 24 hours. Believe it or not, Vestas, I didn't know that he actually was going to do it. Hold on a second. Let me get close to the microphone so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because I'm in this hotel and I ain't trying to get kicked out today. But if I have to get kicked out, guess what? I just go ahead and get into another hotel. Because I don't know, my emotions may flare up for real today, Vestas. I'm not playing. My emotions may flare up today. So let's go ahead and start this show right here so we can get to the gusto of what I want to talk about. Hold on. Where them slides at? Here we go. All right, we're going to start the show already. I'm not playing with YouTube. So in the last live, and oh my gosh, it's going to be so hard to whisper in this hotel. But in the last live, I talked about Tylan Wallace. Yeah, I think that's his name. Last name Wallace, that we just acquired from the Baltimore Ravens roughly about a week and a half ago. And of course, I pull up his stats, but this is what I didn't know, and this is what I want to bring to you. I think the way that the Cleveland Browns is going to utilize him, because he had a 4.58 40-yard time, and we already know that, hey, that only plays a small factor in the holistic overview of a player, right? And I think he had what his stats was. Y'all see his stats on the screen. I can't see it, it's too little. But this is one I want to show you. The way that the Cleveland Browns is going to utilize Wallace this year, I think this is how they're going to utilize Wallace. And let me go ahead and pull this up. I'm glad I was able to find this clip online, because come to find out, he is very fast in terms of returning that ball. So this is exactly how the Cleveland Browns is going to use Wallace. Now, on paper, his speed was not fast like a LeJounte Wester, but the way that he was able to cut through that field and he returned that ball for the touchdown, and I think this was the only touchdown that he got last year. So I still don't know how Munkin is going to utilize him. This is just my assumption, but based off this clip, and Todd Munkin knows him more than just stats, okay? A lot of people get caught up in stats. We already know a lot of people get caught up in stats because as of now, people would nitpick what stats they want to use against Shilo Sanders. So, hey, if Todd Munkin sees something or saw something in the young man, we're going to welcome him also to Cleveland. But based off this right here, they said that he is very good in terms of returning that ball. So we shall see, okay? Let's keep going, investors. All right. Now, Amber Love, and I think it was Maria 12, and it was a couple other investors in the room last in the live when I brought up that the rumor was that Odell Beckham, a lot of people was talking about Odell Beckham may go to the Cleveland Browns. And of course, that's right, special teams. You're right. Hey, how you doing, Donna? See, How you doing? Listen, I'm trying to keep it soft tonight because I ain't trying to get kicked out this hotel. But if it is what it is, you know how I do it, okay? But yeah, special teams. But so we was laughing about Odell Beckham coming to the team. We didn't need a diva in the Cleveland Browns. But what I didn't know, Vestas, let me tell you what I didn't know. Did you know that Odell Beckham has already played for the Cleveland Browns in the past? I didn't know that, Vestas. Hold on, do I have that right there? Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on, Vestas. Let me go ahead and move forward. Give me 1 second, Vestas. These are old slides. Give me 1 second, Vestas. Get it. Yep, I already had my drink. Here we go, y'all. Did y'all know that Odell Beckham has already played for the Cleveland Browns? He's already had a uniform. I didn't know that. Let's see here. Hold on, I want to pull up his stats. And I think he only played for them maybe 1 year, so that means that his stats really wasn't that good. Odell Beckham. And I wanted to I didn't know if I wanted to bring this up to be petty or just to be scary, because that means that the organization is already familiar with Odell Beckham. I don't think we just can't afford him. We can't afford him, okay? Brown stats. Let's see what his Brown stats were. Okay. Oh, correct. Tony Talks vested up. No, Odell Beckham was with the Cleveland Browns for 3 years, from 2019 to 2021. Hold on, y'all. If you don't know, do you know who else was also as the offensive coordinator during that time? 2019 and 1921? Todd Monken. Oh my gosh, this may have some validity, Vestas. This may have validity. Todd Monken was, at least, of course, he was only the OC for 1 year, but Odell Beckham is familiar with Todd Monken. Todd Monken is familiar with Odell Beckham. All right, let's keep moving forward. So in those 3 years, 2 years, I'm sorry, 2019 to 2021, Odell Beckham recorded 114 reception. What? He recorded 114 receptions for 1,586 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns. His tenure was highlighted by a 1,000-yard season in 2019. Vestas, we can't laugh no more. I wish 420 was in here. I wish Amber Love was in here. I wish all the other Vestas. I know I was laughing. But he actually had some good stats with the Cleveland Browns under Todd Monken. I think Todd Monken was only head OC for, I'm going to say, 2019. So Odell Beckham, in his first year with Todd Monken, produced all those yards, Vestas. Hey, I ain't laughing no more, Vestas. Odell Beckham may be coming back to the Cleveland Browns based off the stats and historical relationship they have with Todd Monken. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna laugh too. Well, we ain't laughing no more, Vestas. We ain't laughing no more. Yeah. Oh wow, Donna C. You're right. Oh wow, Donna C. Odell Beckham has been with the Cleveland Browns. Number 13. Hold on, Vestas. Give me 1 second. Let me change this right here real quick. All right, Vestas. Let's keep pushing forward. So, hey, it may be some validity, okay? Okay. This was the young man that we just talked about. This is the one with the video that I highlighted with him returning the kick, okay? This is him also. Again, this actually has signed the contract, so I want to bring this up. It's definitely not a rumor. Wallace is definitely on the Cleveland Browns this year, so we'll see how Todd Monken actually utilizes him in the year. Now, I want to bring this up. So just like Denzel Ward, I gave him all accolades. Just like Deshaun Watson, I gave him more accolades. Well, guess what? Myles Garrett is the third veteran player this year that has restructured. He didn't restructure his contract, but he did restructure his bonus. You know what this is going to do? This is going to free up more money for the Cleveland Browns to get the players that they need this year and next year. And for anybody that says that the Cleveland Browns is still in search of a quarterback, when you have veteran players on the team voluntarily restructuring their bonuses and their contracts, they know something that all the haters don't know, because we already know who Shilo Sanders is. This team is getting ready to forget playoffs. I think they're looking at a bigger picture. I think they're actually having, you know what? If we get that O-line, we already got that O-line. We got a quarterback now that we haven't seen really since Baker Mayfield. And I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. Shilo Sanders is definitely better than Baker Mayfield when he was in his rookie season. So there's no comparison. And with Todd Monken, y'all, we may be looking at a championship game this year. We're talking about AFC championship game this year, if not a true Super Bowl run this year. Vestas, we putting it out there. Myles Garrett has agreed to basically postpone his bonus until 2030? Is that what? Yeah, 2030. Let me see here. The Browns and Myles Garrett has agreed to move $29 million roster bonus. Come on. So hey, it's some movements in the background when players are voluntarily giving up money like this and move it to the left or the right. Hey, something going on behind the background. Let's keep pushing. Okay, hold on. Myles want to win. Come on with it. They were talking about Diggs coming. Oh gosh, we laughed about that last time too. Let me see. If I had to choose Donna C and all the other investors that's watching, if I had to choose, right, I would say I would rather choose Odell Beckham over Steffon Diggs. If I had to choose a diva, I would have to choose Odell Beckham over Steffon Diggs. And I'm leave it like that. They're going to the playoffs. Super Bowl talk. Yes, Super Bowl talk. Yes, Super Bowl talk. That is correct. That's what I'm thinking. Super Bowl talk. Myles Garrett, we shall see. But hey, with this run going on, trust me, something's about to happen. Yes, Beckham. Okay, so you agree with me. We'd rather have Beckham than Odell. No, Beckham than Steffon Diggs. Let me see if he... I wonder how much he's asking for, though. Oh, wow. So, yeah, hold on. These are some of the headlines in the last 24 to 48 hours. Brown pitched. It says the Browns has pitched reunion with Odell Beckham after new report. This was 2 days ago. Here's another headline. Browns fans are all saying the same thing about the latest Odell Beckham Jr. Reunion. Ex-Brown star turning heads with comeback bid. Okay, hey, guess what, Vestas? We probably was laughing, and I was laughing out of ignorance. I definitely didn't know his stats, and I didn't know his history with the Browns, but this right here seemed like it has legs. Oh, wow. Hey, y'all. Hey, that's another story we got to watch, okay? Because guess what? One thing I do know about Odell Beckham, he may be a diva, but one thing about him, he's going to be a diva down that field. He's going to catch them balls, and he's going to make plays. Diva or not, Odell Beckham knows how to go down that field. So Jerry Jeudy definitely has a lot to worry about. He has rookies coming out of college. He has Odell Beckham maybe breathing down his neck. Jerry Jeudy, matter of fact, if Odell Beckham comes to the Cleveland Browns or he's added to the roster this year, automatic, of course, they're going to say it's going to be a competition. But do you know who's already going to be wide receiver one? Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham he's already a super, what is it? He won the Super Bowl with the Rams maybe 2 or 3 years ago, whatever. Jerry Jeudy ain't won nothing except for what award he wore, the third most drops wide receiver in the NFL last year, the year before. So that's all Jerry Jeudy have won, except for those accolades. He can keep that, but we shall see. We gotta watch that, Vestas. What's up, Tony Dog Pound in the house? What's up, Sale Moore? How you doing, Sale Moore? Yes, Jerry. What you said, Jerry Butterscott Hotshot Judy's better get with Shedeur Sanders right now. See, listen. Remember we saw that picture about what 2-3 weeks ago when Jerry Jeudy was working out with that's where I call him Jerry Judas. He was working out with Shedeur Sanders maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was after the combine or before the combine. He know what he was doing. Jerry Jeudy know he's on the clock, and he only has one more year in contract with the Cleveland Browns. So if he doesn't stay with the Cleveland Browns, Jerry Jeudy knows that he has to start producing something this year to get offered at least another contract next year with another 31 teams in the NFL, but we shall see what we're doing. We shall see. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep pushing, Belsters. Odell is ready to take me. Jerry Jeudy, in my opinion, is really just a placeholder, either for a rookie coming out of college that come on. Listen, we got some. We got 2 number 1 picks, and I'm going to get into one of those picks, but there will be a wide receiver that comes out in round 1 in less than 30 days ago. Jerry Jeudy, he better be running up every heel. I don't know. He need to be working with specialists, hand specialists, in order to, I don't know, get his joints right, get his hands right, catching the ball specialist, whatever you want to call him. Jerry Jeudy should be digging in his pocket, because what his contract was about, almost $40 to $60 million extension that he got the money. So he need to go ahead and invest in some specialists to show him how to catch the ball, because the pressure is on this year. We're not playing with Jerry Jeudy this year. Yes. If Jeudy doesn't get in the seat, he's got, nobody's not going to want him. Nobody's going to want him. So, okay. Now, also, hold on. My fingers must have been doing the talking, moving while I was doing the talking. Hold on, y'all. So this right here, it's already put out, and we already knew this. When the Cleveland Browns was doing the head coach interview process, Andrew Berry, remember, it was a 2-step process. They had to come in and do an interview over Zoom, and the second interview of the process was they actually had to come in, sit down, answer questions, do tests, write essays. Well, we already knew that what the goal of the Cleveland Browns was, even though Cleveland media didn't know, that they was going to bring in somebody, especially head coach, and get a feel of how you feel about Shedeur Sanders. What is his weaknesses? What is his strengths? What plays, if you was the head coach, what plays would you put around Shedeur Sanders? What schemes would you create for Shedeur Sanders? Guess what? I didn't put it out there. They put it out. Basically, they saying, hey, y'all, y'all read it on the screen. It says, let me go ahead and blow this thing up. I don't want to touch that. Hold on. I don't want to be finicky, because this is a new internet. This is a new hotel internet. So I ain't gonna mess with it too funny. Hold on, let me go ahead and read this right here for those that's driving. It says Adam Kaplan of Sirius XM NFL reports that there was a belief in coaching circles. It probably was a belief, but now we know that it's facts. That anyone joining the Cleveland Browns had to be on board with Shedeur Sanders being a factor in the team's quarterback decision. You know what? That was the truth. Now, when the Cleveland Browns was interviewing process, of course, it was whispers behind the scenes, but we already knew that was Andrew Berry and Jimmy Haslam's. That was one of the key factors for anybody that got hired. Now, you know what, Vestas? Hold on, Vestas. Something just came and downloaded into my spirit. Hold on. Y'all remember Nate Shellhouse? Remember how I talked about him and the Cleveland Browns? They actually flew to LA to go interview him, and they interviewed him and tried to roll out the red carpet for him for 7 hours. Andrew Berry and Jimmy Haslam was in LA trying to get him on board to sign that paperwork, right? Now, you know what? If they took that much time out to sit with Nate, because he was a finalist, I wonder if Nate felt like he didn't want to work with Shedeur Sanders. Maybe that's why Nate didn't take the job, because maybe they was pushing Shedeur Sanders to be the QB1, and maybe Nate had an issue with Shedeur Sanders. I don't know. We just speculating here, because I still can't wrap my head around Nate Shellhouse not winning or not wanting to come to the Cleveland Browns, because as of now, he's still there as I think an offensive. He's not even the OC. He has another role. I think he's the passing game coordinator. Nate. Okay, Nate. Okay, you be stupid too. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone. What's up, 420? I'm gonna leave that alone, because Nate was stupid, young and dumb and stupid. I'm gonna leave that alone. Yeah, if this, well, we already know this is true, but if Nate did not want to have Shedeur Sanders as QB1, yeah, I would have left him too ready at the table after 7 hours of talking to him. What's up, Meter Lee? What's up, 420? Yeah, I would have let Nate in LA, let him be where he want to be. Let's see here. Odell is really to take, yep. Yes, if Jeudy doesn't get, okay, yep, nobody want him. Nobody want him. What's up, 420? 420. Hey, I'm talking a little softer tonight, y'all investors. I'm in a hotel room in the door right here, and I ain't trying to have management come knock on this door, because even if they do, I'm like, this Tony Talks vested up. Hey, I'm talking to the investors, and if you want to follow along, go ahead and subscribe to the channel too. Ooh, I'm gonna get that hit. Thank you, Meter Lee, for my fire. You know I need my fire. All right, I made it. What's up, Mel? What's up? What's up? We just warming up, trust me, because I'm trying to go hold my emotions tonight, because we're gonna get into almost that gusto if it's not the next slide, okay? Let's see here. Beckham did not have a good season after Kevin Stefanski arrived. So in 2019, Odell Beckham had that beautiful year. I read the stats. If you're just coming in the room, guess what? We were laughing about Odell Beckham coming to the Cleveland Browns. And Justine, I think you was already here. But for those that are just coming into the room, the story or the rumors about Odell Beckham coming to the Cleveland Browns, I think this has legs. I didn't know when I was laughing in the last live, and I'm going to put it on me, Vestas. I'm going to put it on me. I didn't know that Odell Beckham had already been a Cleveland Brown. I didn't know that Odell Beckham had been with the Cleveland Browns for 2 years. And out of that 2 years, he had 114 receptions, 1,586 yards, and 7 touchdowns. And guess who's familiar with him? And guess who's familiar and vice versa? Todd Monken. Todd Monken was the OC during that time frame, y'all. God dang. I didn't know that, y'all. And based off the headlines that are coming out, that story has legs. So we shall see. We shall see, y'all, investors. I did hear that. Krishan Junkins, Harry Fanning Jr., and Shedeur Sanders, they calling them the big three. Ooh, I'm just ready for that left tackle to come in. And we got that O-line. That's all I'm waiting on. Hold on. Gonna see, you know I'm about to talk about that. That's the gusto. Ooh, I'm gonna rip Kevin Stefanski a good one. Oh, yeah. I've noticed since Shedeur Sanders came to the league, anyone that gets close to him gets fired or cut. Guess what? That was definitely in the beginning. I think this is this thing about Shedeur Sanders. It has definitely, in my opinion, and of course, we got to wait to preseason. Of course, we got to wait to the first, the regular season games. For me, I think it's a different feeling in the atmosphere, especially with him being a Pro Bowler. I think now anybody in the background that wanted to be petty against Shedeur Sanders and Joe Flacco. See, and it was something else I wanted to bring up when Kevin Stefanski was calling for Joe Flacco before the Bengals even locked down Flacco 2 days ago for 1 year for $6 million, $9 million with max benefits, right? Joe Flacco didn't want to go to the Atlanta. Kevin Stefanski thought he still had that pull on Joe Flacco. But remember, Joe Flacco, he's too old to play games like that. He knew what was going on behind the scenes. And do you think Joe Flacco wanted to go back and play for Kevin Stefanski after the Vikings game when he was on the sideline with Shedeur Sanders and he got, I'm not going to say cut because that was more of Andrew Berry's situation. He had to move Joe Flacco out of the way because he knew and everybody else knew that Joe Flacco was Kevin Stefanski's clutch. Okay. Now, but Joe Flacco didn't want to go play with Kevin Stefanski. He saw Kevin Stefanski's mindset. He know that Kevin Stefanski, oh gosh, hold on, y'all. Hold on, Belsters. Oh, I got some good information for y'all. Hold one. But 420, I think that has changed. Of course, we'll be able to. That has changed. He's QB1. You can't cut all the players because everybody is coming and flocking around Shedeur Sanders. It ain't gonna happen this year. Interesting. What's up? Big beauty, big time. Yeah. What's up? Let's see here. Oh, you good, SDP 1208. I ain't want you coming here anyway with all them. But you good, SDP. You good. Hold on. Come on. Hold on. Did y'all know this? Hold on. Let me see what's the next slide. Hold on. Well, we already know who Shilo Sanders is. Hold on, I think this is perfect timing. Hold on 1 second. I think this is perfect timing for me to play this clip. Because investors, I told you in the last live that I was going to go back and watch 4th and South, that whole entire video. Hold on, y'all. Let me go ahead. Hold on. Hey, hold this thought, Donna. Hold this thought. Let me go ahead. First of all, before I get to that, I want to say thank you so much to Delta Airlines. Look what Delta Airlines did. They tired of this BS. Even the airlines tired of this. I know we know TSA tired of this. Look what Delta did. Go ahead. I just wanted to shout them out in the beginning. Hold on. If you can't read this slide, let me go ahead and read this. It said Delta Airlines has suspended VIP perks for members of the Congress as the federal government shutdown continues. Lawmakers will no longer have access to specialty service or the ability to bypass TSA security lines. That's right, Delta. Make them stand in all them lines that they have created across all these airports across the continental United States. Come on, Delta. It also said the airline says that it is prioritizing everyday travelers while staffing shortages increase wait times. Now, see, if you want to get somebody attention, and did y'all know that Congress member had these type of perks? I didn't. Let them feel the pain. Now, I do have to say this as a dedicated reservation line for Congressman. Listen. They took the perks, but Delta say, hey, guess what? You can have this 1-800-999 Congress this hotline to make your reservations. But guess what? Congress, the Republican, the Democrat, when you go into that airport, you're going to experience what the average day American experiences in these airports and airlines. That's how you get their attention, Delta. Come on, Delta. That's how you get their attention, Delta. Now Atlanta is being impacted. You know what? TSA was one thing, but when you start messing with these airlines' bottom line at the beginning of the year, Delta, you my hero. Listen, Delta, that's how you do it. That's what all the airlines should do. Take away all these perks that we don't even know about, that all these Congress members have been getting for years and years and years. And trust me, did y'all know? Because I was a federal worker too. And all the times that the government has shut down, guess what? If we was mission essential, we still had to report to work, and we didn't know if we was going to get a paycheck after, the government opened up. But you know who continued to get their paycheck and their benefits doing any government shutdown? Is these Congress people. That's how you put the pressure on them, Delta. Salute to you, Delta. Fly high. And I hope I gave you the right slogan, okay? Yeah, they're not special. Let's see him. Please. Thank you so much. Hit the like button. That's right. So the algorithm just think we in here trolling. I'm glad that, they're not special. Hey, how you doing, lady? How you doing? Well, thank you so much, Delta. And we finna keep pushing forward because we're gonna fly high tonight because I'm trying to get to Kevin Stefanski. Here we go. All right, so before we get to Kevin Stefanski, hey, now remember, there is one left tackle that stole my heart during the combine. His name is Merkel. And remember, the Browns did use him on one of their top 30 visits already. I'm going to say maybe a week after the combine. Merkel, if you don't know who Merkel is, he's 6'9", 346 pounds, and he ran a 5.36. So I have been talking about Merkel for weeks now. Well, guess who else is not interested in him? Tom Brady, the Patriots. Browns, we are number 6 on the line. Please get Merkel. That left tackle. If we get a piece like that on the line, baby, on Shedeur Sanders' blind side, we had already talked about a Super Bowl talks and run this year. That position there was solidified with Merkel on that left side. Oh my gosh. But hey, I already know a lot of people is going to be interested in him. I mean, he's massive and he's fast with his height and his weight. So Andrew Berry, please get Merkel. Please. What's up, Evelyn? What's up, Evelyn? Yeah, Bell is a we need Bell. We need Bell. I want Bell. I want Bell to be Shedeur Sanders protection on that side. Let's keep pushing. I don't want the Patriots to get him. All Vestas, we already here. Now, let me go ahead and put a disclaimer out. I've got to talk in a different voice tonight, so I don't get kicked out this hotel room. But Vestas, I'm about to get very passionate and emotional here. But I'm going to say that I got 2 slides to go through. So if you didn't know, now you know. Remember a couple of weeks ago, I just knew that trade was coming down from Atlanta and Cleveland Browns. And remember, everybody had reported that there was a trade in the background for Dillon Gabriel to go to the Atlanta Falcons. And remember, we had that discussion in the live. Like I said, okay, well, hey, I feel like if Dillon Gabriel is a round 3, we should get a round 3. I think it was 420, and some other investors in the live had said, maybe they heard that the offer was a 4. Well, I said it should definitely be a 3, right? So if that was a deal in the background or not, of course it fell through because now they have picked up their 3rd quarterback. So that means that Dillon Gabriel would definitely be a Cleveland Brown unless there's going to be another trade between the Cleveland Browns and another team. Okay, but I don't think nobody's knocking on their door for Cleveland Browns to give up Dillon Gabriel. It is what it is. Okay. Now, with that being said, guess who? And I think I'm going to start because I don't want to throw my glasses on the floor. Okay, hold on. Let me see what else I got. What else I got. Okay. So they picked up, so they got Michael Penix, they got Tua, and they got a QB by the name of Trevor Seiman, right? 37 years old, right? I didn't know who this was. So like me, I go start digging, right? So look at his stats. This is his stats, y'all. He didn't even play last year. Vestas, I got to control my emotions, okay? He didn't even play last year, right? If you can't see this here, let me go to the next slide because I blew it up, right, Vestas? Okay. This is right here. This is his, hold on, because I want to read it too. I want to highlight this. Vestas. Oh, I'm finna walk this. I don't like Kevin Stefanski, but I'm finna walk him good. Even for Dillon Gabriel. Hold on. I have a mission. Hold on. Even for Dillon Gabriel, I'm finna walk Kevin Stefanski. Let me pull this up real quick. And I think I may have to move my picture for a second. But it seemed like he's came into the league in 2015. He was with the Denver. He was Denver Broncos, 16 Denver Broncos, 17 Denver Broncos. With 2019, he went to the Jets, okay? With 2021, he was at the Saints, 2022, Chicago. And then he went back to the Jets in 2023. Okay, where's 2024? Where's 2025? Hold on, Vestas. Did Kevin Stefanski go get somebody off their couch instead of going to get Dillon Gabriel? Hold on. Let's continue to look at this thing right here. And I think my picture is in the corner. So I'm going to move my picture. But let's just go back overall, let me see. In his whole entire, not even 10 years, that's not in 8 years, he's only attempted 1,208 throws, okay? Overall, in 8 years, his completion rate was only 58.3. Okay, in total of yards, he's thrown for 7,751 yards, and he only averaged 6.4. Well, damn, Dillon Gabriel, before he got put out of the NFL, or, he stopped playing, he was averaging right at 4.9, 5.1. It really ain't that much difference between 6.4 and TDs. He did have 44 TDs over his career, right? But still, Kevin Stefanski. See, this is what I have an issue with Kevin Stefanski, right? And if you're new to my channel, I'm just not harping on Kevin Stefanski since he's been the Atlanta Falcons head coach. I've been on Kevin Stefanski's neck ever since I started this channel. And Dillon Gabriel, okay? So I'm going to continue to do what I do until I feel like I've been everything has been rectified in terms of Kevin Stefanski and his career in the NFL. Let me keep going. But hold on, before I keep going, let me go ahead and move over my picture, because like everybody loves to say that SHEDEUR Sanders had the worst QRB rating in history. Well, Jason Lloyd, I see right now you don't watch games and you don't do homework. Tony Talks vested up. What you saying? Let me go ahead and move my pictures. Let me go ahead and move my picture over here. Hold on. Let this layout update. So here we go. I'm gonna get back to you, Miss Evelyn, to answer your question. No. I don't see those, but thank you so much for hyping up the video. So let's go over the QRB rating, because they said, remember, SHEDEUR Sanders' QRB rating was 13.8, right? And they said that was the worst in history, according to Jason Lloyd, who don't know nothing about football, right? Well, let's look and see what Trevor's QRB rating was. Let's see right here. In 2016, it was a 49.7. In 17, it was a 31.4. That's averaging Dillon Gabriel's. But hold on. Do y'all see what 2019, his QRB rating was 1.2? Let me repeat. 1.2. Well, hold on. In 2021, he also did, that was COVID year, so I understand why he don't have any stats for that particular year. 2021, his QRB rating was a 41.3. 2022, played for the Chicago quarterback. He was a 27.9. In 2023, played for the Jets. His QRB rating was 14.8. Okay, Sylvesters. Now, why am I bringing all this up, right? And why is Tony Talks vested up is about to defend Dillon Gabriel, right? Just for this one night, because I hate the way that Kevin Stefanski has done this young man, even though he's not my quarterback. But guess what? Everybody is human, and everybody deserves, especially on the workplace, respect, right? And due care. And the way that Kevin Stefanski has did handle that last year with the Cleveland Browns quarterback situation, the reason why he got fired. Kevin Stefanski is definitely a narcissistic. He's all about himself. Kevin Stefanski, and this is my point, he chose Dillon Gabriel in the 3rd round. Everybody knew that Dillon Gabriel was going to be Kevin Stefanski's guy, actually, in February of 2025. If you haven't watched that video that I did about SHEDEUR Sanders, how they set up and schemed SHEDEUR Sanders last year on the date of his birthday, that same 4-letter show, that same person, Jason Lloyd, and I broke down that video on SHEDEUR Sanders' birthday last year. I don't know if it was intentional or just coincident that particular segment landed on SHEDEUR Sanders' birthday. But on SHEDEUR Sanders' birthday last year, Jason Lloyd on that 4-letter show, all of a sudden they're talking about quarterbacks and potential quarterbacks that the Cleveland Browns may pick up in the draft. Of course, SHEDEUR Sanders' name at that time was hot. They even was entertaining Travis Hunter being the number 2 pick, right, or the first pick for Cleveland boys off the bench. Guess who brought up Dillon Gabriel's name last year? It was Jason Lloyd. I broke down that video, y'all. That's how we knew, and that's how I knew that Kevin Stefanski and all of these people in the building, Kevin Stefanski was Jason Lloyd mole in the building, if you want to call him a mole, right? Because everybody else on the panel was like, Dillon Gabriel? I didn't even know who a Dillon Gabriel was until he got drafted, okay? But this is what I'm saying is, Kevin Stefanski utilized Dillon Gabriel in such a horrific way. And I, believe it or not, I really feel bad about Kevin Stefanski. I really thought that Kevin Stefanski was going to pull Dillon Gabriel to Atlanta Falcons just to protect that young man because of the situation he put Dillon in last year. That would have been the most decent thing to do as a human being. And trust me, if anybody would have asked me to put the bet on it 2 weeks ago, I would have put money on it, because I'm like, hey, this is Kevin's guy. This is Kevin's pick, right? The way that he utilized Dillon Gabriel to sabotage SHEDEUR Sanders in the beginning of the season last year, I just knew that Kevin was going to come back and get Dillon Gabriel. And as we know, based off the headlines yesterday, that didn't happen. Y'all, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that because I'm not that type of woman. But Kevin Stefanski, out of the two rookie quarterbacks that he chose last year, or that was chosen last year, because we already know that SHEDEUR Sanders was Andrew Berry's QB. Kevin Stefanski should burn in HELL for what he did to SHEDEUR Sanders last year and what he did to Dillon Gabriel last year. Dillon Gabriel was projected to go 6'7" or undrafted. Dillon Gabriel, let's just say if another team did pick him up, of course he would have been QB3, a developmental type of QB. But just like SHEDEUR Sanders had to endure some things last year, because now Dillon is going through a mental depression of how Kevin Stefanski did that young man last year and even this year, okay? I feel bad for him because you know, if I was a parent, do you know, just like Deion Sanders and the Sanders family had to uphold SHEDEUR Sanders before he started playing last year, that means that Dillon Gabriel, the Gabriel family, is doing the same thing for Dillon Gabriel. And I don't think that Dillon Gabriel has the mental capacity to handle what just happened to him on a national stage. You mean to tell me that Kevin Stefanski, he went and got somebody that hasn't played in 2 years based off the stats from ESPN and chose to bring him to Atlanta over Dillon Gabriel? Damn. Y'all, that pissed me off. I'm sorry. That pissed me off. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I want to play a clip. I want to play a clip. Let me tell you one thing. It does matter who the quarterback is. It does matter who the quarterback is. And all Kevin Stefanski had to do, we already knew if Dillon Gabriel went to Atlanta, he was not going to be QB1 or QB2. But Kevin Stefanski should have been a leader. If you wanted to turn a new leaf, why you didn't pull Dillon Gabriel over there, at least put him on a practice squad? Nobody was not going to come knocking at the Falcons' door for Dillon Gabriel. I'm just considering Dillon Gabriel, just like we was begging everybody to consider SHEDEUR Sanders' feelings when he was being misused and abused by Kevin Stefanski. Now I'm looking at it from Dillon Gabriel's standpoint. Just because he's somebody's son and he's also a young man, Kevin Stefanski utilized and abused his rookie season also. Even though he wouldn't have been playing, but still he could have been in another team developing as an NFL quarterback. Everybody saw Dillon Gabriel anyway as a backup quarterback. Even now, he's a backup quarterback. I'm just thinking about the mental abuse that now that he also sustained, and he probably thought that Kevin Stefanski was going to come back and get him. That's all I'm saying. Let's see him. Because, hey, if I'm wrong, just hey, listen. Maybe, hey, we shall see. Hey, Elverlin, hey, in the last live, I don't know you was here, but I started off the live with you and that comment you left in the last live, and we talked about Shilo Sanders coming to the Cleveland Browns and Diana Walker. I don't know where she is, but when we talked about the potential jersey numbers, she blew the chat out and the live out with her opinion. So if you haven't seen that live, I don't want to spill it. Yeah, go back and watch that live, okay? But whoo, that was a good live. Fingers crossed. I don't know about this rumor about Dillon Gibbons. Really? Well, if SHEDEUR Sanders could sue the NFL and Kevin Stefanski, I'm pretty sure. Because guess what? Do you know how many promises Kevin Stefanski probably made that young man? What? Kevin Stefanski probably even told Dillon, hey, I'm getting fired tomorrow, but don't worry about it. I'm coming back to get you. Hold on. Do you know what promises he made that young man, right? And one of the promises he did keep, he did draft him before SHEDEUR Sanders, but we don't know what Kevin Stefanski was saying in the background to Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel, Yes, he did. Yes. And guess what? I have eaten Dillon Gabriel up because he was very arrogant. Yes. Oh, I have roasted Dillon Gabriel too. But now knowing that Kevin Stefanski didn't even come back and get him, oh gosh. Oh, I'm not excusing his actions. I'm still putting all the blame on Kevin Stefanski. I'm roasting Kevin Stefanski tonight for what he did to two young men. Dillon Gabriel, I mean, I didn't have that much stock in him anyway. But yeah, he was definitely part of the sabotage. I'm just trying to highlight what type of man Kevin Stefanski is. He's definitely not a leader. He's not a head coach. Hey, what's up, Natalie Brown? Hey, how you doing? I never seen you before, but welcome to the show. Welcome to Tony Talks Vested Up, and welcome for becoming a new Vestor, because I know in order for you to put that comment out there, you had to subscribe. So welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Let me see. I don't feel sorry for Dillon Gabriel because he did. And I agree. I totally agree. All I'm saying from a human standpoint, Dillon Gabriel, whatever SHEDEUR Sanders, that mental trauma that SHEDEUR Sanders was going through last year, Dillon Gabriel is going through it too. That's all I'm saying. But I'm trying to step Kevin Stefanski across the head. Kevin Stefanski across the head for what he did to two rookies last year. NFL is on demon time. Yes. You heard his fiance repeat. Yes. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I did. We don't even know if Dillon Gabriel is finna get married no more. We don't even know what the fiance is. We don't know where Dillon Gabriel is. We don't know where nothing is. Dillon is going to stay back up his value pro. We know this. I'm just trying to highlight that Kevin Stefanski picked somebody off of their couch to bring to Atlanta versus his pick, which is Dillon Gabriel. And guess what? And maybe it was a trade agreement, or they was trying to work out some type of agreement in the background. But if Kevin Stefanski or Atlanta was not willing to give up a third round or a fourth round for Dillon Gabriel, Kevin Stefanski should have fell on his sword and say, guess what, Atlanta Falcons, I'm the one that put Dillon Gabriel in this situation. Go ahead, give him a third round or fourth round. That's all I'm saying. This right here, this segment of the live is I'm targeting Kevin Stefanski. That's who I'm targeting. Because if he did it, well, we already know what he did to SHEDEUR. We already know what he did to Dillon Gabriel. Do you think he really cares for any player? I don't think so. I'm harping on Kevin Stefanski. All of those players in Atlanta, especially the rookies that's going to come through Atlanta, I feel sorry for them because Kevin Stefanski is a maniac. That's all I'm trying to put out. He's a maniac. He's a maniac. Yes, he's very evil. Yeah, I bet that. Come on. If you did it to your pick, what you gonna do to Atlanta? Well, we already know what they gonna do to Atlanta. But Kevin Stefanski, if I was a player on the Atlanta Falcons, if Kevin Stefanski ever told me in a meeting or told us doing any type of meeting, hey, I care for my players, you already know that's a bald-faced lie. Let me go ahead and play this. Now, this is one player. Hold on. This is one player that I do know knows Kevin Stefanski more than we know Kevin Stefanski. Then I'm going to get off into Shilo, okay? Let me go ahead and play this right here. Let me let you hear what they said about Kevin Stefanski, and they played for Kevin Stefanski. And I don't care if I'm jacking his name up or not. People used to get in my chat and say his name. I ain't saying his name right. Now listen to this here. Now this is going back to 4th and South. I did go back and watch the remaining parts of that video, okay? Listen to what they said about Kevin Stefanski, okay? And they said some things. You remember in a few lines I brought up Alex Van Pelt? They call him AVP. That's what they call him, okay? Let's go ahead and play this clip.
Oh my God.
Well, right now they're talking about Emmanuel Acho, so I'm gonna let that play because Acho deserves all of the smoke, okay?
Oh my God. And how dare you? Listen, bro, I have a problem with you speaking down on SHEDEUR, right? That's big for me, bro. You have to just come correct. Just because you didn't amount to the things you wanted to doesn't mean knock another man off his pedestal. Like, I wasn't raised like that. We not about to do that. And for you want to stick up for Coach Stefanski, here's his stats. Right? Let's 25, the Browns scored 16.4 points per game. That's ranking almost last in the NFL out of 32 teams. He was the 31st team. Is that player of the year coach material? Is you serious right now? And I'm leaving it. There's so much I can go into, but he started Dillon, Garbiel over SHEDEUR. I'm passing the mic to Mr. Juice, Landry, who has history there.
Listen, you know how I feel about left-handed quarterbacks already. I think I've made my case on left-handed quarterbacks, you know, and where they rank it. I don't care how smart they are, right? And again, man, no shade, obviously, to Dillon, man, but at the same time, it's hard to play in NFL at that position and for a team to switch everything around. I mean, that year, if you think about the quarterback debacle that they had going on from, you know, Joe Flacco being a part of the team.
And let me highlight this now. Now, the Trevor, the new quarterback that the Atlanta Falcons picked up yesterday, he's not QB1 or QB2. He's going to be QB3. And Kevin couldn't pull Dillon Gabriel over just to be QB3, just to sit on the bench, just in case something happens. Evil. I'm trying.
Honestly, bro, since Baker, they've been trying to get it right? Yeah. And obviously with Baker, I feel like they made a mistake. You know what I mean? And, you know, they're paying for it, you know, in cap. They're paying for it with wins, with losses. And it's, again, I don't know who was up there really making the decisions, but at the same time, I know when I was there for 100%.
Listen.
When we were struggling as an offense, I know Kevin Stefanski himself gave up play calling to AVP, to other guys. The same thing that he's done. That we have guys that have told us that he's done throughout the years of not being able to get it done.
Now listen to what they're just saying now. Kevin Stefanski is a true narcissist. He's about to go in some more, okay? Kevin Stefanski just didn't give up play calling to Tommy Rees last year. That was the first time. That wasn't the second time. He just didn't give play calling up to Ken Dorsey. That wasn't the first time nor the second time. Remember, Alex Van Pelt or Felt, whatever his name is, AVP, he was there before all of them, okay? And Kevin Stefanski had to give up the play calling duties. Come on with it.
Play caller and then putting it off on somebody else. Then the team gets success, and then he takes over play calling again. So, you know, again, man, it's one of those things where I just don't understand how 45 and 56, you know, you walk from one job, and the next day you got another job. You know what I mean? And so to your point, again, bro, I think he could, again, I don't know how much history he's going to have as a head coach, but again, with this record, only thing he really got going for him is those two-time Coach of the Year accolades.
So besides the two Coach of the Year awards, the only other thing that Kevin Stefanski has on his resume that's impressive, we already talked about this before, is SHEDEUR Sanders being a Pro Bowl under his tenure. That's it. Now, does it count? I don't know, because Kevin Stefanski was fired before SHEDEUR Sanders got that nod. I hope SHEDEUR Sanders does not go under his resume. But there was when SHEDEUR Sanders was playing, Todd Monken was hired. So I don't know who's going to get credit for SHEDEUR Sanders being a Pro Bowler. 9 times out of 10, they'll probably give it to Kevin Stefanski, but I hope that does not the case. But Kevin Stefanski, did you also hear what he says that once he hands over the play calling duties and the team started winning, he tries to take back that duty? That's a narcissistic. Kevin Stefanski is a narcissistic. Atlanta, Georgia, Atlanta Falcons, God bless you. God bless you, okay? Listen, I can't see I can't see Kevin Stefanski talking to Dillon Gabriel behind the scenes. He's probably even changed his numbers because I just can't see it. I can't see it. I can't see it. Especially now with bringing in a QB3, I can't see it. I can't see it. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, Mita. Yeah. Let's see here. They're watching Stefanski too, especially since this news came out. Ooh. Everybody's saying they're shocked that Kevin didn't go back and get Dillon. Even people that don't even like SHEDEUR Sanders, they're saying Kevin Stefanski didn't go back and get Dillon. Kevin Stefanski did not go back and get Dillon. All right, let's move forward. Yep. So there it is, Vestas. So hold on, let me keep going. But yeah, I do not like. Okay, so that was the end of my slides. Yep, that was the end. So if you don't believe me, here's a video I did about the mental abuse that Kevin Stefanski even inflicted upon Shedeur Sanders during the first win that Shedeur Sanders got his QB1 when he started the game against the Raiders. If you've never seen that video, you gotta go back and watch that video, because you see that, you see how Shedeur Sanders was looking in that viral photo, that locker room speech that Kevin Stefanski did at that time, and he was calling out everybody's name with enthusiasm. And then when he got to Shedeur Sanders, good job, Shedeur Sanders. Everybody remember that. I told Kevin Stefanski up in that video. But in that time, that's when I really started getting down on my knees for Shedeur Sanders, because the way that Shedeur Sanders, when Kevin Stefanski did that to him, I wish I had that clip relatively available. The way that Shedeur Sanders, because Shedeur Sanders, he was getting off he was taking off his uniform. He's going around the room. Everybody's clapping when they was calling out other names. And you could tell that Shedeur Sanders was getting ready. He was trying to get his posture ready, probably get his face ready. So when Kevin Stefanski calls out his name, he would just smile. But when Kevin Stefanski went around the room and got to Shedeur, good job, Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders made that face right there. And you could tell that his mood, and it's just something came down on Shedeur Sanders. And I said, oh my gosh, he is starting to crack just a little bit behind the scenes. The way that Shedeur Sanders was looking down, it's like, after winning that game and the highlight of the talk, and your head coach just to respond to your win and your first time out on the field, I'm pretty sure he thought that Kevin Stefanski was going to give him the game ball. I'm pretty sure he thought that Kevin Stefanski was going to just give him the attaboys and just, hey, you did it. Hey, I knew you had it in it. Because remember, I said they have been talking every day since rookie minicamp, in the morning, after practice, before practice. And you mean to tell me I've been talking to you behind the scenes for about 3 to 4 months, every morning, after practice, during practice, and I finally win. I win. And you treat me like this? Man, please. See, we didn't know that part when Shedeur Sanders made that face. We didn't know the reason why Shedeur Sanders was looking like that when Kevin Stefanski called his name. With all the details that have coming out, now knowing that Myles, Garrett, and all the other people in the background, even Tony Grossi said, yeah, Shedeur Sanders did get a fair shake. Even Junkinson said, yeah, it wasn't like this. Even Shirley Harris, yeah, no, the young man didn't get a fair shake. What? The mental abuse is real. The mental abuse is real. And yes, Dillon Gabriel, he was part of the sabotage. He knew exactly what was going on. He even knew what was going on or was going to happen before he even got drafted. But what I don't want to hear, I read one morning that Dillon Gabriel is found unconscious. This is what I'm trying to hit on. Kevin Stefanski, what he's done to 2 rookies back to back in the same year. This right here has caused mental trauma on Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel. I'm trying to listen, if you don't know, I'm a veteran, okay? I've seen soldiers get uplifted who didn't deserve it. I've seen soldiers that's supposed to have been lifted up and got tore down, okay? This stuff is real. When you're a leader, how you treat people, it goes 50,000. Especially if that young person or that soldier or whoever it is or that employee looks up to, that manager or that leader a certain way, and you don't come back and get me, or you leave me out here to the wolves, and all I was doing, this was your plan, Kevin Stefanski. Dillon Gabriel is probably going to therapy right now. I don't want to talk about another player. I just started my channel in October. How many unalives have I covered already? I don't want to talk about another player taking themselves out for whatever reason. I'm just saying I didn't want to hear about Shedeur Sanders, and I don't want to hear about Dillon Gabriel, knowing that even though he was part of the sabotage, Kevin Stefanski is the root of all of this. Kevin Stefanski, oh my gosh. I don't want to hear the stories. I don't want to hear about, I just don't want to hear about, I just don't want to hear about it for nobody, for no player, Dillon Gabriel or anybody. Because what Kevin Stefanski did on a global stage, a national stage, and I'm going to say global, because remember, it was Dillon Gabriel that started that game over in London, right? Listen, Dillon, even though he was part of the sabotage, he didn't deserve the mental abuse and agony that he's about to experience. Okay? Ooh. I'm gonna change it. Yeah, we're finna get off the subject. Ooh. I don't want to hear the stories. I don't want to see the headlines. The GM knows better than listen to Kevin. Can we really say that? Because they brought him aboard, and the GM had to sign up on it too. Can we really say that he won't listen to Kevin Stefanski? Kevin is a user. Hey, how you doing, TDP 1428? I brought you up at the last live. You've been missing, but thank you so much for coming back. They must be giving him hell when they announced that he was going. Oh yeah, you know Atlanta went crazy. Atlanta still is going crazy even after they brought Tua in. I bet Stefanski. Yeah, they're watching Stefanski. Hey, what's up, Lady of Against? I don't feel sorry for DG at all because his behavior of child Shedeur Sanders also. And I got you on that. I'm just looking at it from a different perspective. And I'm only going to give him grace today. But now that I know that Kevin Stefanski didn't go back and get him, I'm like, Kevin, really? Really, Kevin? Yes, he thought that too. I think Shedeur are actually cool. And I think they are also. Now, a lot of people, we didn't like that when Shedeur Sanders, Dillon was having a bad game and Dillon Gabriel came out the field and he kind of, shoot Shedeur Sanders' hand away. I ain't like that part now. I didn't like that part. And I never liked the part that Shedeur Sanders, even though he was being asked about Dillon Gabriel and everything, he always uplifted his teammate. Dillon Gabriel said nothing about Shedeur Sanders, except for trying to allude to him that he was an entertainer. No, so trust me, I don't like Dillon Gabriel, but I'm looking at it from a human side of what Kevin Stefanski did to Dillon Gabriel as a rookie, because I don't want to hear those headlines. And guess what? If those headlines ever come out, Vestas, guess who everybody's going to be looking at? Guess who they're going to try to hold accountable then? Kevin Stefanski. That's when Coach Prime stepped in and went off. Next thing I know, okay. That is true. Shedeur Sanders have had a lot of loved ones talking to him. Yes. Hey, how you doing, Faith? How you doing, Faith? And listen, we know the Sanders is a very loving family. Is anybody in the background trying to pull Dillon head out of the trash can right now? That's all I'm saying. Because I'm pretty sure he thought that he was going to come and move with Kevin Stefanski. All I'm saying is, broken promises. I was in the Army for 22 years. Hey, how you doing, battle buddy? I came across toxic leadership, that type of leadership. I'm trying to tell you. So I don't know. I know that the Cleveland Browns, I know that we're in a good state this year. I'm pretty sure Todd Monken, he's the new head leader of the Cleveland Browns. I'm pretty sure he's talking to Dillon Gabriel. I'm pretty sure Andrew Berry's talking to Dillon Gabriel. Jimmy Helton may even be talking to Dillon Gabriel, just trying to uplift him, give him some positive motivation. But right now, that young man is crushed. Kevin didn't want Shedeur Sanders. Trust me, we know that. But guess what? God said no. God said, no, you will not change the path of this young man. You will not. Let's see here. You're right. Stefanski hurt Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur. That's right. And left him behind. Hey, Vestas. So if you don't understand exactly what I'm saying, because I'm trying to solidify my stance on this. I feel sorry for Dillon Gabriel from a human standpoint. I don't like what he did to Shedeur Sanders. I don't like the smug and the arrogance that he also gave off. All I'm trying to say is what Kevin Stefanski did to Dillon Gabriel, he should be fined. Donna C, if Dillon Gabriel is about to sue the NFL, he also needs to sue Kevin Stefanski for all the broken promises. And guess what? We talked about what's admissible in court. If Dillon Gabriel has any promises or any written text or documentation, even text messages from Kevin Stefanski saying he was going to promise him X, Y, and Z, Dillon Gabriel can also sue Kevin Stefanski. Okay? Kevin didn't want Shedeur to shine at all. God said no. Let's see here. Shedeur did tell the people not to boo. You're right. See, right. Yep. He said he was still part of the team. So I'm pretty sure even Shedeur Sanders is reaching out to Dillon Gabriel, because he's just that type of person. I'm just trying to highlight Kevin Stefanski is evil as hell for what he did to both of them. Yes. Okay. Listen, you and I already know where we worked at. We were in the building together, Dental C, and we didn't even know it. Look at God. Look at God. And I know exactly what you're talking about in that particular place. Okay. But building 5, I was happy where I was. But I used to hit the mamas in 1, 2, and 3. Who. But yes, hey, we had to take all them classes, right? About leadership and this and that and that. It happens all the place. All I'm saying is I've known soldiers that have unalived themselves because of treatment behind the scenes. I've known civilians that have done the same thing. I know regular common people that does this. All I'm saying is nobody shouldn't be abused and used and then discarded because, you did my duty over here. I know how I used you, right? And this is the same thing I was trying to get Jerry Jeudy to see, and everybody on that O-line. Look, you're doing this for Kevin Stefanski for this year. You don't know what the future holds. You're not factoring in what if Kevin Stefanski leaves, how everybody is going to look at you. The same thing about Dillon Gabriel. Same thing about Dillon Gabriel. Who wants to bring in somebody who's arrogant and who's 5'8", can't throw the ball 5 yards down the line? That's all I'm saying. Kevin Stefanski should have got his guy, knowing that he's not NFL caliber and he can't throw the ball 5 yards down the line. I'm sure Dillon Gabriel has learned a lot. Oh yeah, of course. Oh, listen, and he's finna learn that life lesson that Shedeur Sanders had got last year. Dillon Gabriel is finna learn some cruel life lessons, right? On how to be used. I'm not even seeing it. I'm not even highlighting that. So trust me, I know how to do it. Those are not even coming up on the screen. Trust me. Miss Patty, those are not even coming up on the screen. If you notice, they're not even on the screen. Okay, I see them, but we're gonna keep pushing. Faith says more black people has been exposed to. Come on with it. Come on. Yes. Oh, and since I'm bringing up Dillon Gabriel, and I know you're trying to get my attention, not today. Since we're bringing up Dillon Gabriel, if you don't know, if you hadn't subscribed to my channel, hey, much prayers to Hawaii. I was just in Hawaii at the end of January, right? And they was also going through some potential tsunamis. Thank God on that particular week, it kind of veered off and I didn't have to experience that. But where I was in January, where I was working, I was only about 10 to 15 miles from North Shore of Hawaii. Oh my, if y'all don't know, Hawaii is going through it right now. And they said that more rain is about to downpour on Hawaii. And if you don't know what I know about Hawaii, that island is only but so big. And if the water is in North Shore, we only talking about to get to the tourist spot, Waikiki. I mean, to go from one end of the island to the other island. Oh gosh, I don't want to put the wrong information out there, but that island is not that big. So prayers to Hawaii. Let's see him. Here we go. I got it right here. Boosh. Mad Dog is gone. Mad Dog 2020 is gone. Mad Dog 2020. I don't know why he didn't catch the hint, but Mad Dog is gone. Oh, hold on. Yeah, don't even mention his name. He's gone. Once again, is on. That's right. Justine. Let's see here. I thought the picture when his ex player came back and talked to him on the bench. He's Dillon needs to go. Yes, I agree with you. And just like Shedeur Sanders, next year, Shedeur Sanders, the Cleveland Browns can offer Shedeur Sanders his second contract if he wants to stay with Cleveland Browns. In that third year, I mean, Dillon Gabriel could, if not this year, he actually can be cut next year. And they may just go ahead because the NFL can go ahead and cut a player. And, if they want to, they can say, okay, I think he was only guaranteed so much. I need to look at that. But the way that Kevin did him, if they did give Dillon grace, they may cut him next year or the last year of his contract. if something else don't happen, of another team don't get him for practice squad. Not today, Satan. Here, listen, I told y'all I didn't put none of those chats on the screen. True Dillon needs to go to see. Yes, I think he'd be more happier there. He's definitely a good backup. That's how a lot of people viewed him, as just a good backup. But Kevin Stefanski is the one that put him in that situation. Was never to be a starter. Never. Kevin Stefanski has done something to that young man and his confidence. Dillon, even though Dillon 25, 26, he's still a young man in my books. But hey, we're gonna keep pushing forward. That's all I'm saying. Just the human aspect of it. Hold on one second, Bess. I'm gonna move this picture out the way. All right. We're going to move this right here. Now, let's go ahead and talk about, we're going to go ahead and change the mood. Okay, so I've shown you him. Now, let's go ahead and talk about which one I want to play. I want to go ahead and talk about, no. So going back to Shedeur Sanders, remember a couple of weeks ago, I said, well, what quarterback in this season, postseason, is watching film? And at that time, I was being very sarcastic. But then I came back in the second, Monken, right. I'm going to give you that. Monken, out of all people, because remember, Junkins had said that he expected, well, he really didn't know what to expect from his second NFL coach, because Kevin Stefanski, it is what it is. I forgot what verbiage he said about him, but when he said he met Monken, he said that Monken is a player's coach. So I'm pretty sure Monken, Shedeur, and Andrew Berry and Haslam, they are, how can I say it, trying to speak positive life into Dillon Gabriel, because even they know he got the wrong side of the stick. And hey, who knows? I think Tom Monken can develop. Yes, I'm going to give him that credit. All right, let's see this right here. Remember, Andrew said Shedeur going to outplay his draft stock. We could see Shedeur outplay. Oh, yeah, most definitely. Oh, yeah, with an O-line? With an O-line 420? I hope Cleveland take notes of Sam. Listen, you ain't been in the last live, but we've been ripping. We have been talking about this year here. Oh, yeah. Cleveland know this. Oh, yeah, Cleveland know this now, 420. Give me 1 second, investors. I want to make sure I want to get my layout correct. All right, so Shedeur Sanders. So going back to this, Shedeur Sanders, out of all the quarterbacks, I say, well, I know it's probably one that's watching film and working out. And y'all, guess what? We already got the evidence. If you haven't seen this clip that's going viral and going around all the YouTube platforms that talk about Shedeur Sanders, here we go, y'all, investors. Look at Shedeur Sanders putting it in. Okay, hold on. Let me cut the volume now. Look, he's already in the gym. He's doing some calisthenics. He's trying to get that body right, because guess what? We're talking 30 days is going to be the draft. After that, the rookies, the Cleveland Browns is going to pick up next month. Guess what? They will report to Berea a day or two after the draft. I've heard some players, after they never get called, they're on the plane going to meet to the facility the very next day. So Shedeur Sanders, you mean to tell me that our nephew is not going to be at Berea when them rookies come in? You know Shedeur Sanders, because of who he is and his middle name, his nickname is Grown. He's going to be at that facility, welcome in those rookies. What? Shedeur Sanders is already getting prepped to start working with those rookies and being at rookie minicamp, because that's just the type of leader he is. Kevin Stefanski should have taken notes. He should take notes, okay? Yep. Let's see here. Shedeur Sanders already played. Yeah. And a Pro Bowler. Let's not forget a Pro Bowler. Come on with it. 1,400 yards, 7 games, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Shedeur Sanders, what? Yeah, I saw this with Florida. Yep, Florida is there. He's gonna be ready. He already ready, Meter. He already ready. All this Shedeur Sanders is doing, he's just waiting on the time. Trust me. And Shedeur Sanders is gonna be at that facility. They're gonna give him the Hemi Award. Yeah, he also got the Hemi Award. I did not like that award, but yeah, they also gave him the Hemi Award. I got something else for y'all too, Vesters. Let me see. 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 Let me We did that right there. Now go ahead. Now it's two. I'm gonna say it's two men, right? That I know stands up for SHEDEUR Sanders, and one of them went crazy during the draft last year. Mel Kiper went crazy last year when SHEDEUR Sanders didn't get picked up in the first round, or the second round, in the third round, and fourth round. I mean, he just didn't know that man didn't know what to say. That man was everybody know that clip of Mel Kiper. Well, guess what? We already been through all the quarterbacks. We've been through the PFLs. We have dissected all of these quarterbacks. And let me tell you one thing, the other channels, somebody, his name is Phil Yates. He tried that with Mel Kiper, right? I'm going to say in the last 24 to 48 hours. And Mel Kiper basically said, I don't got time for this foolishness. Go ahead, Mel Kiper, come to the stage real quick. Mel is my guy. Mel is my guy. Hold on.
They want to try to trade back in and get him.
Yeah, the Browns, by the way, need to figure out Ty Simpson as well. They have.
Hold on, Vessel. Let me turn down the music. Mel Kiper versus, I don't got time for this year. Hold on. Come on, Mel.
The Jets have to be figuring out Ty Simpson. The Steelers have to figure out Ty Simpson. And now certainly Arizona does. They want to try to trade back in and get him.
Yeah, the Browns, by the way, need to figure out Ty Simpson as well. They have.
The Browns don't have to worry about Ty Simpson. They got a better quarterback than Ty Simpson than SHEDEUR Sanders.
I believe
don't go there.
I believe the Browns need to figure out Ty Simpson.
Hold on, Vestus. Hold on, Mel. Mel, what you said, Mel? Mel, what you said? Mel, what you said? Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Oh gosh, hold on. Let me play it again. Come on, Mel. What you said?
They want to try to trade back in and get him.
Yeah, the Browns, by the way, need to figure out Ty Simpson as well. They have.
The Browns don't have to worry about Ty Simpson. They got a better quarterback than Ty Simpson than SHEDEUR Sanders. Don't go there.
I believe the Browns need to figure out Ty Simpson.
Hold on, y'all. I got to play it one more time. Mel said, don't go there. Hold on, Bill.
The Jets have to be figuring out Ty Simpson. The Steelers have to figure out Ty Simpson. And now certainly Arizona does. They want to try to trade back in and get him.
Yeah, the Browns, by the way, need to figure out Ty Simpson as well. They have.
The Browns don't have to worry about Ty Simpson. They got a better quarterback than Ty Simpson than SHEDEUR Sanders. Don't go there.
I believe the Browns need to figure out Ty Simpson.
Mel, listen, Mel ain't playing with these people this year. Mel is not playing. Mel already took his medication. He said, hey, look, and guess what, Vestas? I talked about it too. Ty Simpson, you need to focus on the teams. The same way you've been flirting with the Cleveland Browns, because guess what? The news came out. Andrew Berry did not go to Alabama Pro Day. So if Ty Simpson, if he has been naive this whole time thinking that he was going to spur up this whole nother circus in terms of quarterbacks with the Cleveland Browns, Ty Simpson, when Andrew Berry, Todd Monken, Jimmy Haslam did not show up to Alabama's Pro Day, that's writing on the wall. Young man, focus on teams that's going to, I'm not going to say utilize you because you only started 15 games this year, but you need to focus on the teams that will draft you. Leave the Cleveland Browns team quarterback room. Just leave them alone. Say, hey, and keep moving, because you're not going to Cleveland. You're going to mess up your opportunity with the other teams because they're going to seem like, okay, well, he doesn't want to come here. Let's keep moving. Because remember, they thought the same thing with SHEDEUR Sanders. When it came out, when Cam Newton had said that they take their interview process serious, and when other teams, even though we already know that it was a sabotage, they deemed it they deemed it as a slap across the face when SHEDEUR Sanders didn't interview with them. The same way with Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson, if you want to go ahead and put a bad taste in these teams' mouths and pretend or don't give them no acknowledgement or interest into them like they may give you, you finna miss out on your first round draft pick. You keep playing with these teams. You keep playing around with these teams, Ty, because you want to get your name out there in that SHEDEUR Sanders circuit. Go ahead, Ty Simpson, and mess up your first round draft pick. It's gonna be your fault because you playing around. You playing around, Ty. Okay. If you don't know, these NFL teams, they have egos. They have egos. Ty, mess up your first round. Mess up your first round pick. Let's see him. Hey, what's up, Michelle? What's up, Michelle? Man said not today. Say I'm not. Listen, Mel Kiper ain't playing with these people. He don't got time for. He's cutting them at the throat. We ain't even gonna talk about that. But you see, they were talking about Ty Simpson, Phil Yates, SHEDEUR Sanders' name didn't even come up, but we all know what he was alluding to. They just so messy. They messy. What's up, Michelle? That's why I'm so proud of Shilo for being there for SHEDEUR like this. And trust me, I'm finna go into the other nephew right now. Exactly. He was not today. They better what me too. Shilo is his biggest fan. Yes, he is. I love Mel Kiper. The way that man nutted up last year on day one when SHEDEUR Sanders did Mel Kiper. I wish I had that clip. Mel Kiper went crazy on that stage. Oh my gosh. He went crazy. Messy. They are nasty. Yes. Let me keep going. Let me keep going. Let's see here. Okay, I played that. Well, I played that. All right. So 420, I'm glad you in here. So we talked about Shilo Sanders being with the Cleveland Browns last live. You're not in that live, but in maybe about 5 or 6 lives ago, maybe I don't know, maybe last month, we're gonna say last month, you said that you heard that Shilo Sanders did not want to play NFL again, and I showed that clip on what he said at the Screen Bowl. Well, in my last live, I talked about Shilo Sanders going back to Jackson State and only had got in about 20 to 30 minutes of the video, and I promised the Vestas, like I always do, I go back and do homework, and I finished out the video. Well, guess what, Vestas? And guess what, 420? Somebody in the Jackson State audience had asked Shilo Sanders a very important question, right? And this was near the end of the video. And guess what? Tony Talks already got that clip, and I'm about to load it up. Let's see him. Balls. What? Hold on. What? Yeah, gonna talk with SHEDEUR. But oh yeah, balls. Oh yeah. Because Mel Kiper, when SHEDEUR Sanders was week, I'm gonna say 15, 16, 17, Mel Kiper went on the record and say, you know what? I hate that SHEDEUR Sanders is getting sacked like this. The Cleveland Browns need to do something. He basically was calling Kevin Stefanski out for putting those players out there on that O-line like that. And they said, hey, next year all they need to do is focus on that O-line. And guess what? Andrew Berry has brought it home already in these free agents, right? Titus Howard, Johnson, Seiman. We're talking about, oh gosh, it's been so many, but all now we need right now is that left tackle. And I want Markel Bell in that left tackle position. And guess what? We will be marching to that Super Bowl this year. Definitely that AFC Championship. What? Wait, man, please. Man, please. Let's see here. Donna C. Mel still yes, Mel is, that's why he don't got no time for it. That's why Mel Kiper like y'all gonna make me play that one more time. GG better stay in Cleveland and learn. Yes. And guess what? And I think Todd Monken is definitely gonna do that. Trust me. I'm pretty sure they have, I would say check on him. Hell, I want to call Dillon, and I don't even like him just to check on him. And guess what, Donna C? If Kevin Stefanski hasn't talked to Dillon Gabriel, right, he needs to reach out to that young man and explain why he didn't bring him. But if I was Dillon, I would not understand this. Hold on, if y'all don't understand what I'm talking about, we went over Trevor Savian's Seiman, if I'm saying his name. We went over his stats. Look at this man's stats. He hasn't played in 2 years. If this stats from ESPN is right, Trevor hasn't played in 2 years, and Kevin Stefanski got him off his couch instead of going back to get Dillon Gabriel. What? Let's see him. Let's see right here. Let's see here. What happened to the chat? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Just say Cleveland learned a lot. Yeah, I think he will, and I think that's why Andrew Berry kept him. I think Andrew Berry is also consoling Dillon Gabriel, and I guess they do want to develop him because he is a developmental quarterback. They still taking shots at SHEDEUR by pushing Ty Simpson. Let him. Andrew Berry did not go to the pro day. What is that telling you? Andrew Berry, I heard a couple days ago that Andrew Berry, they actually are going to Ohio State. They don't have no interest in quarterback. They don't have no interest in quarterback. And if they did, it wouldn't be Ty Simpson. And if they keep Dillon Gabriel, they have no interest. If they're interested in a veteran, guess what? They already got a veteran on the team. Deshaun Watson is his name. Okay. Kevin going to win that division? Yeah, we shall see. Yeah, you got Baker Mayfield to go through. You got Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to go through. So Kevin don't have a clean line to the finish line. He don't have it. He still got to go through Baker Mayfield twice next year, and this year, and also the Cleveland Browns this year, and all the other teams. Okay, I'm not familiar with Markel Bell. Tell me more about him. So he's at the combine. So when I broke down the combine week, he actually showcased his skills on the very first day. So he is a offensive line member, left tackle. That's where he specialized at. He's coming from the University of Miami, believe it or not. I didn't know that either because they was only talking about Carson Beck and the other little running back. Oh my gosh, he was magnificent this year. What's his name, Tony? Yeah, I think his name was Tony. But Markel Bell is 6'9", 346 pounds, and in the 40 he ran a 5.36. Massive player. So the Browns have already invited him out. They already had a visit, or they offered him a visit. He did come to the Cleveland Browns on a Saturday to meet with the Cleveland Browns. So hey, but now the Patriots are interested in him. So that's who Markel Bell is. I love Markel Bell. Massive. I'm making me a AFC Championship and Super Bowl t-shirt. Amen. You know what to do, Donna. You know what to do. Kevin Stefanski really don't care what a so-called what he. Listen, he should, because I don't want to hear no headlines about Dillon Gabriel. I'm convinced that Kevin Stefanski's dream is to have Arch Manning. Well, I would not be surprised if they tank. Ooh. Let me tell you one thing, Michelle Barnes. Let me go and put Kevin Stefanski back up here and warn him. Let me tell you one thing. If Kevin Stefanski think that he's going to bring those tactics to Atlanta, Georgia, to tank, to get an Arch Manning, Kevin Stefanski, that Mercedes-Benz Stadium will have another thing coming. Arthur Blank, Matt Ryan, even the concession stand workers will have something on their hands if Kevin Stefanski coming to Atlanta to pull that to get an Arch Manning. Man, oh gosh. Ooh. No. The coach brought in. Ooh, did they got Jesus. Phillip Rivers? God dang. He like Aaron Rodgers. I think he's older than Aaron Rodgers. Baker's going to break them down. I'm trying to tell you, Ty Simpson confuses me. He confuses himself. He only started 15 games this year, and he tries to act like he and Todd Monken are so close. Listen, he didn't confuse me. What he was trying to do, he was trying to create this buzz, right? But like I said, twice or three times in a live. I don't care how he tried to make it seem like him and his family is close to Todd Monken. Todd Monken has been chasing SHEDEUR Sanders for the last 5 years. And just like Ty Simpson's dad know Todd Monken, Deion Sanders know Todd Monken. So I was like, what is Ty Simpson trying to, what he was trying to do? What's the word? Intimidate SHEDEUR Sanders? That's unheard of. You can't do that. Ty finna mess up his draft stock. Because Todd Monken reminded him and didn't go to Georgia, but he went to. Let me tell you. Ty finna mess up his draft stock. Baker has an axe to grind. Yes, he does. Oh, yes, he does. Browns brought Ty Simpson, and he did. Yes, he did. Yes, they did. Gotta hype him up in case somebody wants to trade. To pick him. Oh, okay. Listen, coach. If that happens, we'll be ready for that too. As of now, we're not putting nothing past nobody until the draft is over. Okay, Vestas. So don't get it wrong. Me, I'm still watching. I still got my ear to the ground. We still have not given Todd Monken a green light to go. We watching him. We still watching Andrew Berry. We watching even Dillon Gabriel on the team. We watching everybody until this draft is over and that first regular season game. Okay, so we gonna keep going. All right, I got the comments out the way. So let me go ahead and going back to Shilo Sanders. He said something very interesting when somebody asked this question 420 and all to the other Vestas. Let me go ahead and play this clip right here. Let me go ahead and turn on this music and I'm gonna let y'all go, Vestas. But hold on, Miss, where you at, Miss? Where you at, Mist? Here you go. No. So, Lady of Elegance, you said something else. I can't find your chat, but I don't schedule my lives around other content creators. I don't do that. So I understand if you decide to watch someone else live while I'm doing my live. Now, the only person I do consider, and I do consider her my sister, is What She Said Sports. So that's why I don't try to have my late lives, because I definitely, and I know a lot of you watch her, and I even watch her. So that's the only person I really try to consider in terms of my lives. I do consider the time that she goes live because, hey, that sister breaks it down, and I love her content, and I'm so glad I found her before I started my channel. But I feel like as a community, there is billions of people that love SHEDEUR Sanders, love the Cleveland Browns, love Colorado, and sometimes the schedules may conflict, but the only person that I consider in terms of scheduling my lives is What She Said Sports, and I'm gonna put it out there. But nothing against B Watts. I used to watch B Watts too. But hey, as a sister, I'm gonna stick with that sister. Okay, I'm gonna stick with that sister. All right, let's see here. Let me go play this thing right here. All right, here we go. Come on, Shilo to the stage. Come on, Shilo to the stage. Come on, Shilo to the stage. Let me go ahead and turn off this music. I want nephew to come and say everything he needs to say.
Yeah, the snowboard. You gonna go skiing, my boy? What's something you like doing in Colorado? I got a trip in 2 weeks, man. I'm trying to. What mountain should I go to, man?
Hey, behind the scenes, are you still working to get back in the NFL?
That's a question. I mean, it's season right now, like just working out just regularly, like human being is always good. But I mean, I have no control over anything that I have no control over. So I don't really spend my time thinking about that. Like, I have no say so. Like, why don't you go play?
Okay, hold on, Besses. I didn't like that audio. That is not me. I'm in the hotel on their internet, so that's not me. I don't know what's going on. I think it's StreamYard. So let me go ahead and play the clip here so you can see exactly how Shilo answered that question regarding him playing in the NFL. Okay, give me 1 second. But I am going to let it play without the volume.
Snowboarder? You got a trip planned out there?
Something like that.
Yeah, snowboard. Gonna go skiing, my boy. No, should I go to?
Hey, behind the scenes, are you still working to get back in the NFL?
That's a condition. I mean, it's off season right now. Like just working out just regularly, like as a human being is always good. But I mean, I have no control over anything that I have no control over. So I don't really spend my time thinking about that. Like, I have no say so on what happens. Everybody's like, why don't you go play? Fam, you think I just call the Browns and be like, hey, bro, I'm trying to... It don't work like that. So, agent and you know, he tell me, oh, reaching out to this team, but I don't spend my whole life just thinking about that.
Okay. So all I just wanted to highlight is that Shilo, he did not say that he didn't want to play football, but one thing about it, his desire is to play in the NFL. At least he's not just focused on that, and he's just driving himself crazy, just thinking about who is going to pick him up. So that's one thing I do like about Shilo Sanders, our other nephew. He is grounded. You know, he basically said it is what it is. Either they're gonna, either his agent's gonna find him a team or not, but he's not gonna let him not play in the NFL destroy his other dreams. So that's what I like about Shilo Sanders. That's what I like about Shilo Sanders. So he's not gonna destroy it. That's how you do it, Shilo. Shilo, yes. What? Yeah, Shilo's very talented. He's still interested, but he's keeping. Yes, right. Keep moving. That's right. You can pursue two things at one time. And I didn't even expect that question to come up in the live in that video, but I'm glad that I continued to look, because I was like, oh, the Vestos want to hear this. He did say no, but he's not going to let it, stop him like something to this call. But Shilo Sanders, based off that rating, now I know for sure that it's not going to hurt him if nobody calls him. So that's another good thing. That's another good thing. It's having a baby. Heard some rumors about it. I'm not sure. If you caught my other live, you caught an earful. I'm not sure. Nah, that I haven't heard that rumor. I have seen thumbnails and people talking about him potentially wanting to get married, but I have not heard that particular rumor. But if you watch my other live, you know exactly what we're talking about. He's streaming does good. Yeah, he does very good. He does very good. So that's it, Vestas. Let me make sure I cover all of the videos. Make sure I go ahead and cover videos, because that nephew, he's going out talking to the young kids in college. And this nephew right here, he's still moving. He's getting ready for that rookie mini camp. He's getting ready to see who. And guess what? I bet I ain't gonna say that part. But I ain't gonna say that part. Yeah, I'm finna say that part because I'm finna get SHEDEUR Sanders all of his credit. This is what I am gonna say about SHEDEUR Sanders. Just like Kevin Stefanski, they know that SHEDEUR Sanders has a very, and a lot of people say this, he has a very elite football IQ. And I'm going to say it. I wouldn't be surprised even if Todd Monken and Andrew Berry even asked SHEDEUR Sanders, who does he like in terms of coming out of college that he may want potential to be his left tackle? Because SHEDEUR Sanders looks at all of this, Vestas. What if the Cleveland Browns have even called in SHEDEUR Sanders to a meeting and say, hey, who is your recommendation, or who would you want to protect you on that blind side, on that left side? Hey, I wouldn't be surprised. They already know who SHEDEUR Sanders is. Sure do. Sure do. They already know who SHEDEUR Sanders is. I wouldn't be surprised if they call SHEDEUR Sanders. Hey, we know you on we know you working out. We know it's postseason, but who do you want on your left side protecting you? And we'll see what you can do. Just give us 3 names and we'll see who we'll be able to pull in the number 6 spot. Come on with it now. Come on with it, Vestas. Let me see who else. Yeah, I didn't know that about Mr. Odell Beckham. Mr. Odell Beckham has played for the Cleveland Browns, and baby, he put up some pretty good stats before Kevin Stefanski got there. And now that Kevin Stefanski is gone, wouldn't it be ironic that he may be interested in the Browns now because Kevin Stefanski is gone? Let me tell you one thing. A lot of these players that have played for Kevin Stefanski, they know a lot that we only probably got the surface of. When 4th and South had stated that Kevin Stefanski, I'll let you listen to it again. When he said that he would hand off the play calling duties And then when they start winning, he tries to pull those duties back and try to take the credit for the win. Kevin Stefanski is a dog. And we ain't talking about the dog that we talking about. We talking about that old nasty dog. We talking about that dippy do dog. We talking about that, you know what, I ain't even gonna go in there. I don't want to get the copyright. But y'all know where I was gonna go down. I was gonna run down all them dogs. All them dogs. Come on with it, brothers.
Oh my God. He's on Garage all over again. Oh my God. And how dare you? Listen, bro, I have a problem with you speaking down on SHEDEUR, right? That's big for me, bro. You have to just come correct. Just because you didn't amount to the things you wanted to doesn't mean knock another man off his pedestal. Like, I wasn't raised like that. We not about to do that. And for you want to stick up for Coach Stefanski, here's his stats. Right. Let's see here, because I'm on your ass, because you just don't know. In 2025, the Browns scored 16.4 points per game. That's ranking almost last in the NFL out of 32 teams. He was the 31st team. Is that player of the year coach material?
Nope.
Are you serious right now? And I'm gonna leave it up. There's so much I can go into, but you started Dillon Garbiel over SHEDEUR. I'm passing the mic to Mr. Juice, Landry, who has history there.
Listen, you know how I feel about left-handed quarterbacks already. I think I made my case on left-handed quarterbacks, you know, and where they rank it. I don't care how smart they are, right? And again, man, no shade, obviously, to Dillon, man, but at the same time, it's hard to play in NFL at that position and for a team to switch everything around. I mean, that year, if you think about the quarterback debacle that they had going on.
And investors, let me go ahead and highlight this right here. Remember, I said that Dillon Garbiel would actually be the best fit for Kevin Stefanski as QB3 because Michael Penix is a left-handed quarterback. Tua is a left-hand quarterback. Dillon Garbiel is a left-handed quarterback. Basically, all Kevin Stefanski did, or whoever brought in Trevor, and I'm going to say Kevin Stefanski because, hey, they said that the head coach, they have weight in terms of the players that come to the team. Trevor is a right-handed quarterback. Golly. So Tony talks like, why is that important? It's the same reason why Shilo Sanders in the first 2 to 3 games, he was running to his left-hand side because all of the plays that Kevin Stefanski was running for Dillon Garbiel was going to the right-hand side. So actually it would have been less work on Kevin Stefanski and Tommy Rees / Alex Van Pelt to get all 3 quarterbacks left-handed. Now adding Trevor to it, just on paper, now they're going to have to come up with plays to run the schemes and the plays to the right. If Penix can't come back, if Tua comes in and then Trevor has to come in, you think Trevor want to run to the left when he's a right-handed quarterback? I'm trying to tell you, all Trevor was, that's why I can't believe that Kevin Stefanski did it. But now they got to come up with plays to run the ball to the right, just in case Trevor has to get out there. I'm trying to tell you, Kevin Stefanski. I'm trying to tell you. Let me go ahead and finish playing this right here, Dustin. I'm gonna let you go.
From Joe Flacco being a part of the team. Honestly, bro, since Baker, they've been trying to get it right? And obviously with Baker, I feel like they made a mistake. You know what I mean? And they're paying for it. In Pap, they paying for it with wins, with losses, and it's, again, I don't know who was up there really making the decisions, but at the same time, I know when I was there for 100% fact, when we were struggling as an offense, I know Kevin Stefanski himself gave up play calling to AVP,
Alex,
to other guys. The same thing that he's done, that we have guys that have told us that he's done throughout the years of not being able to get it done as a play caller and then putting it off on somebody else. Then the team gets success and then he takes over play calling again. So, again, man, it's one of those things where I just don't understand how 45 and 56, you walk.
Let me tell you what, investors. Listen, I don't even think they know that Alex is in Atlanta, because that would have been the perfect time to say, yeah, Kevin Stefanski even gave up play calls to AVP. Well, they should have said, well, and you know what? Kevin Stefanski has brought AVP to Atlanta with him. If you don't know that, I did an awesome live, and I also created 2 videos from that live regarding Alex Van Pelt. Okay, that's Kevin Stefanski, a rabbit out the hat. And if Kevin Stefanski, if Atlanta is winning this year, it's all because of Alex, not Kevin Stefanski. And based on what they just said, now that I know a little bit more about Kevin Stefanski's personality, let them start winning. Kevin is going to try to get all the accolades, and everybody that hates Shilo Sanders, you know for sure they're going to say Kevin Stefanski wasn't the problem. The problem was Shilo Sanders because he couldn't read defense. Look at all the success that Kevin is having in Atlanta. No, Kevin will, if he does have success in Atlanta, it's going to be because of Alex Van Pelt, P-E-L-T. Felt, whatever, however you pronounce his name. And guess what? They gave him a blank check. The amount of money they have given him to bring him in Atlanta as the QB coach, but he's really going to be the OC. Listen, it's undisclosed. You know how much money that is? Probably making more than Kevin Stefanski. Alex, trust me, we shall see. No, I'm not in Cleveland. If I was in Cleveland, oh, trust me, Michelle, trust me. If I was in Cleveland, trust me. But no, I'm not. Stefanski didn't want Taylor to block for Shedeur, and that's why they pulled him out. Now why they didn't re-sign him this year, I don't know. Isn't it funny that we got Tyvis Howard from the Texans, and now Wallet Taylor, he went to the Texans in free agency. So that was very interesting to me. Okay. All right, Vestas. Well, there it is, Vestas. There it is. I'll open up the floodgates. Anybody want to put any more comments out there for the next 5 minutes? And then I'm going to go turn in this rent-a-car, because I'm not messing with TSA tomorrow. I'm turning in this rent-a-car tonight. I'm going to catch that shuttle to the airport in the morning. And if I got to stand in them 5 to 6 hour lines, guess what? I'm already closer to the airport. I don't have to worry about this Dallas traffic. I don't have to worry about fighting traffic for an hour, hour and a half, and then have to fight with that rent-a-car shuttle, and then have to fight with them lines. Y'all will see me on CNN. Y'all are like, is that Tony Talks Vesta that done got arrested in Dallas? And I'm going to say, Vestas, I'll be back. Just wait on me a couple days. What's up, Black Diamond? What's up, Black Diamond? How you doing? How you doing? No. What's Stay Faith? No, they can't trade. No, they're not trying to trade Myles Garrett. No, Myles Garrett, to get more money on those books this year, all he did was he kind of delayed his bonus. Trust me, the Browns are doing something behind the scenes now. Remember everybody saying if Andrew Berry pull off this drought 2 years in a row, they're going to call him a genius. Andrew Berry would have solidified his whole entire tenure in Cleveland Browns last year, this year, and the future to come. Let Andrew Berry go ahead and pull this off. What? Andrew Berry will be a genius. Oh, thank you, Meter Lee. Thank you, Meter Lee. Oh, I fly home tomorrow. I may do a live tomorrow night, but if not, I'll be back Saturday. Oh, okay. It'll be Saturday afternoon, about 7 or 8, okay? Sylvester's, let me make sure I got all the comments out the way. But no, Myles Garrett ain't going no way. I hope everything works out for Shedeur and Shilo. Me too, man. I know it's going to work out for Shedeur. Everything is in place. A lot of people had come in terms with Shilo being QB1, even that channel, because guess what? They ain't even, after the Cleveland Browns released that video highlighting Shedeur Sanders, this is what I heard. Somebody put in my comments, I heard they don't even talk about football no more. They talking about basketball. It is what it is. Look at God. It is what it is. It'll be crazy to even go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Donna C. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lady of Elegance. Thank you so much. All right, Vestas. Hold on, Vestas. Yeah, I got everything. I played everything I wanted to play. Hold on. And I don't want, you know what? I'm going to leave tonight. I want Mel Kiper to come back to the stage just one more time. Come on, Mel. Come on, Mel, and take us home. Come on, Mel. What Mel said again? Let me go ahead and turn on this volume right here. Let me go turn on this right here. I got to give Mel the stage. They better stop messing with Mel and his high blood pressure when it comes to Shilo Sanders. Come on, Mel.
Simpson. The Steelers have to figure out Ty Simpson, and now certainly Arizona does. They want to try to trade back in and get him.
Yeah, the Browns, by the way, need to figure out Ty Simpson as well. They have
the Browns don't have to worry about Ty Simpson. They got a better quarterback than Ty Simpson than Shedeur Sanders. Don't go there.
I believe the Browns need to figure out Ty Simpson.
Nasty. Phil, what you call it? Phil is stupid. Phil Yates is stupid. Let me play it one time, Vestas, and I promise I'm gonna let it go. But
the Jets have to be figuring out Ty Simpson. The Steelers have to figure out Ty Simpson, and now certainly Arizona does. They want to try to trade back in and get him.
Yeah, the Browns, by the way, need to figure out Ty Simpson as well. They have
the Browns don't have to worry about Ty Simpson. They got a better quarterback than Ty Simpson than Shedeur Sanders. Don't go there.
I believe the Browns need to figure out Ty Simpson.
Hey, stupid. People stupid, y'all, and people love to be stupid. Sylvester's. Sylvester's, thank you for this afternoon. Vestas, thank you for this afternoon. And if you don't understand what I was saying about Kevin Stefanski and Dillon Gabriel, please go back and listen to it one more time. Hopefully you get exactly what I meant. Toxic leadership, it actually can make a person go there. And Dillon Gabriel, even though he's not my quarterback, he didn't deserve it at all. He didn't deserve it, okay? Arrogant or not, short or tall, he didn't deserve it. All right, Vestas, so until next time, make sure you get your notes, your drink, and your vest, because we stay vested up 365 degrees. And Vestas, thank you so much. And hold on, in less than 30 days, we're about to hit another plateau. We're going to go hard in the NFL draft. And I think Saturday, I'm going to start looking at some of the potential mock drafts. I want to discuss to see who all these people got going for number 6. Because, hey, it's about to get brutal. We're in that window, and the truth is about to be released to see exactly who the Browns will be picking for number 6 and number 24. So, Vestas, until next time, I see you again, okay? Get your notes, your drink, and your vest. Hold on, I got one more coming. I ain't leaving that out there. Oh, thank you so much, Peter. Thank you so much, Peter. All right, Vestas, stay safe. And if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Saturday, okay? All right, Vestas. Yeah.